In this unit, we're going to look at food, hunger, and nutrition, looking at where your food comes from, what are the effects of malnutrition, and what are some government policies as well regarding nutrition and food and agriculture. We'll begin by looking a little bit at what the world eats. When we think about that, I want you to examine what you eat on a daily basis, but also think about what do people in other parts of the world eat. This website that I have listed here shows 28 photos of different families around the globe, and I put a few of those in the PowerPoint here, and we'll look at what families from different regions eat. The first family is from Norway, and if you look at, this is their food for an entire week, and you see a lot of fresh breads and pastas, but also notice for most of the developed world there's a lot of packaged food as well, and you'll see some familiar brands actually that you think are from the United States, like Kellogg's All Brand and some things like that. There looks like a bottle of Coke on the table as well. Here's a family from Kuwait. A little bit different mix, but looks like a package of Ritz crackers and cornflakes there as well. So again, we see some influence of what we may not be a little bit surprised that it's a developed country as well, but lots of rice and some fish as well. Here's a family from the United States. Notice the difference between the packaged food and then takeout food. In this picture you can see quite a bit of takeout food as well, pizzas and Burger King and some food items like that as well. Pretty good stack of Diet Coke and chips, things like that, also in the back. Here's a family from Mexico, and quite a different range of foods here. Again, you see some typical foods, cornflakes, but a lot more fresh fruits and vegetables, it appears. But then that's kind of balanced by the vast number of Coca-Cola in the background there. On a completely different scale, this is a family from Ecuador. Look at their, if you see their food budget for 1 week is all of $31.55, and their favorite food is potato soup with cabbage. Again, all you're seeing are basic food items. You're seeing grain, potatoes, rice, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, and not a single package of food. There's a container for water in the background, but that's the extent of it. Here's a family from Japan. Again, some packaged food for sure, but a little bit more variety when it comes to fish and fruits. I've also noticed that, for the most part, almost every country seems to have bananas of some form or another. Here's a family from Italy. Again, sodas, lots of bread, some pastas, things like that. I would guess from a American perspective, notice there's no pizza on the table there for the Italian family, where we think that's an Italian food. But there are some Frosty-O's or Frosted Flakes somewhere there in the background. Here's a family from Chad. Their weekly food expenditure, $1.23. They were basically living off of grains that you can see. They do have occasionally some sheep, and that's as one of their favorite foods, so they don't have the sheep in the picture. I'm sure that's something, with lack of refrigeration, you would just have that as a special occasion. The next family from Germany, again, lots of packaged food, lots of fruit juices, quite a variety of food for this family. A family from Mongolia, very heavy in the meats, some good hunks of bread there, but very little in the way of packaged food here. Some, but not that many. So that just kind of gives you an overview of what people eat around the globe. And as we look at this unit, we're going to be looking at what plants do we need to grow, what needs to be harvested, how is it harvested, and who harvests it. We're also going to be looking at livestock and how we raise our livestock and fishing, and where does our fish come from. We're also going to be looking at agricultural policy. What's the policy in the U.S. regarding subsidies for farms? What's the policy in the U.S. and globally for aid to developing countries for food? We're also going to take some time exploring alternative food resources. This has really been a growing category, and that's where we're going to have some discussion on organic food. We'll take a look at nutrition and effects of nutrition and poor nutrition, and then we'll also finish up by looking at some sustainable practices. This is the first of the videos, and the next one will be covering the information on plants.